Hello, good day. I've been out since 5 a.m. working on the analysis. Finally, it's done. In this video, I would like to share, some of the analysis done on CICT, as also requested from my subscriber. As we are into August, I'm changing my trading style to go with the market pulse. I'll be reducing more of the instant noodle, less than 1 week type of option or trading, and go for longer market frame, 2 to 3 weeks. As my analysis take time, please do support my channel by subscribing so that you can get the content. Your gesture is well appreciated as I work towards a journey of self-sustainable as well as upgrading my skill set to give you better quality content. Let's go. A recap, I am mostly out of the US stock because the US indices have been going quite strong based on my previous video. And I'm expecting a pullback, and it did happen for the last 2 weeks. Since July, early to mid-July, I have been fully positioned in China-based stock. And as of today, I have unloaded Hang Seng Tech ETF and NIO, as shown in my video as well. So I have done analysis on Tesla, and I believe that Tesla may have an impact to the indices as well. And do watch out for this position in Tesla. I do anticipate that there will be some weakening in Tesla stock. In my previous video and last week, Tesla had gone down by about 4%. Before I go into S-rate, let's go and take a quick look into QQQ and Alibaba chart. For QQQ itself, it's already have about 2 to 3 weeks of price action. Importantly is to watch out for this position for it to have a support. Although in the past, if you can see in the MACD, it had maintained quite well in the upper region, which means correction, and finally with higher height. For this round, I think we really have to look into 3 to 4 weeks time of how QQQ can perform in this period of time, and do watch out for my update. As mentioned, in mid of July, that is about near to 3 to 4 weeks ago, I have sold off one of my position in Coinbase. At this point of time, Coinbase is about $81 versus a high of 110. Next, let's go into Alibaba. Alibaba have moved from the bots range in this region to a higher range that's in here. So the longer it stays above this position, the better it is for Alibaba price action. And Alibaba have just announced its result and much aligned with my expectation as well. And you can see that news have talked about Alibaba take a step forward in comeback. Alibaba is very cheap. Alibaba exploded on earning. Alibaba quarterly revenue beat despite environment in China is not doing well. Therefore, having that in mind, there's a higher probability that it will stay within this bot range before it moves the next move. So in the weekly dividend that was done on Alibaba with a longer term of 2 to 3 weeks, for instance, on different price point, $92, $97, and $94, the return is about 310, and 430. For the weekly dividend, the instant noodle, which is about 2-day holding, the return is about $28. So for last week, the collection is about $1,078 from the short-term trading. Do stay tuned for Grab and NIO. I'm doing some trading strategy on them as well. Grab will be announcing its earnings next week. So I probably will update my analysis on Grab early next week. So do subscribe so that you can get to my latest update. Now we look into Singapore Diversified REIT because CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust is part of the Diversified REIT with different country exposure. So Diversified REIT own and manage a mixed property type and collect rent from tenant, right? On the left hand side, you can see the company name. On the right hand side is the price of the movement of the REITs and also the country of exposure. Rate is also impacted by higher interest. So if you look at the interest that actually start to rise up due to Fed in mid of 2022, you'll see that there is an impact on company where they have high gearing ratio, means they actually finance a lot of their asset by borrowing. So on this five rate that I have put down, I would believe there's a higher probability that CapitaLand and Fraser are doing much more better in such an environment. By that, it does not mean that it will have an upsurge in pricing. It's just that they can maintain in an environment which is against them with much better resilience. So rising interest rate resulted in dividend from REITs to give above 5%. If not, it will not be attractive to consumer and also to investor as well. Because today, if you put in a fixed D, it easily gives you about 4 to 5%. And in fact, if you put into USD fixed deposit, it's giving more than 5%. The next chart, let's look into Fraser, CapitaLand, and OUE of how they perform in a rising interest environment. So as you can see, in mid of July, the price have go down slowly and go down. Before that, Fraser have been rising slowly and CapitaLand is within the box area. And for OUE have been going down slowly. So even in diversified REIT, there is different price action. Higher interest rate do have an impact on borrowing. How the company is run do have an impact on the share price. And of course, if you see the volume, there's some relocation done in CapitaLand REITs. So by that, it's not in a rush. I'm not in a rush to actually increase my position of REIT. Predicting the interest rate in the future is not easy. And with that, you can actually look into my previous video that I have done one that on the Fed's interest rate projection. So in short, if let's say you're looking into diversified REIT like Fraser, they are linked to logistics. So therefore, mega economy beside the interest rate like supply chain constraint or oversupply will do have an impact on them. Especially for Fraser, they are involved in Australia, different part in Australia, UK, Germany, and also Netherlands. So you have to look into a diversified portfolio of how their location are performing as well. So in summary, if QQQ hold above the position in the box, wonderful. Watch for Tesla price action for projection. Gold ETS probably will go into 173 region because of a strong USD. In fact, USD have actually went up from 1.33 to 1.35 against $6. And gold ETF in my May video, I have also put in a weakening on the gold ETF as well. Alibaba, watch its price action within the second box south. And there will be an opportunity for me to get back into Hang Seng Tech ETF, which I make about 16%. I will share that in my update as well. Stay tuned, subscribe, and you will get my some of my view as well. Singapore rate is at this point is just for dividend, and I am not in a hurry to actually add on my position, nor am I in a hurry to actually sell off any of my position as long as the rate I'm buying are good quality rate. In short, going to August and September, look for more headwind. So it's not an easy period to trade. So I do share that, by the way, these are non-financial advice. So it's just to use my own trading and to share my view with the bigger audience. Please do subscribe and also give a comment below for 4 weeks action. And thank you. Have a nice rest of the weekend. Bye bye. Stay tuned.